Hello everybody, it's me Raul again, bringing you another status update. We are day 5 today, and everything's going as planned. And today, what I wanted to do is I wanted to go ahead and relay to you what my workout plan is. But instead of doing that, I received some questions yesterday regarding the video that I put up. Um, and one of the questions that I had was, how do I determine what my calories should be on a daily basis? Well, we have what is called a resting metabolic rate. You can look it up online. You just Google it. There's so much information out there. I think WebMD has a lot of information about what your RMR is. Bodybuilding.com, I'm pretty sure, has a lot of information for you as well. And there's so many more websites as well that have that information. But basically, what it's doing is taking into account your age, your sex, your weight, your height, I believe your body fat percentage, if you know it. Um, I think that's it. That's pretty much everything that I can think of. And then also another thing that's taken into account is how active you are. Are you somebody who works in construction and you're on your feet, 12 hours out of the day? Or are you somebody who works at a bank or an office where you're sitting down for 8 to 10 hours a day? Do you work out? How often do you work out? Do you work out once a week? Do you work out 3 times a week? Do you work out 5, 7 times a week? All that is taken into account as well. But basically, what that does, your resting metabolic rate, it's how many calories you need to take in to maintain your current weight. If you are eating more calories, then what's going to happen is you're going to gain weight. If you eat less, naturally, you should lose weight. Um, that's just the basics of it. A lot more will go into it as you start to diet or eating. People with more muscle mass tend to burn more calories. Their metabolism is a lot higher, and vice versa. Those who don't have a lot of muscle mass, tend to gain a lot more body fat very easily, very quickly, and a lot of that is just through lack of exercise. So that's what your resting metabolic rate is, and that's how I determine what my calorie intake should be. It's roughly right around 2,600 calories, and I figured for me to cut it down to 1,800 calories, like I said yesterday, so I can have a pretty significant calorie deficit on a daily basis. And now I'm already cutting about 800 calories out of my daily intake, not counting the calories that I burn at the gym. The calories I burn at the gym easily anywhere between 5 and 800 calories, easily. So, I mean, you factor that in. Let's just say, we'll keep it very low. We'll just say 500 calories. Now you're seeing that I'm taking in 800 calories less than what I should be to maintain my weight. Plus, I'm burning an additional 500 calories just from the gym alone, not counting everything else that I do on a daily basis. You're looking at 1,300 calories already that I'm creating. I'm creating a 1,300 calorie deficit every day. And typically, they say in order for you to lose a pound, it is roughly about 3,500 calories. So about 3,500 calories is what you're supposed to lose a pound and gain a pound. Everybody's different. I can lose 3,000 calories and I'll lose a pound. I can burn 2,800 calories and lose a pound. So, I mean, everybody's different. You have to and that's where you track what you're doing. The meal that I'm taking in right now, my meal plan, that's just what I'm doing for now. There's a lot of substitutes. Like, for example, my lunch right now is 6 ounces of lean ground beef with a cup of white rice. I can easily substitute, keep the white rice, but instead of the ground beef, I can go to about 8 ounces of chicken breasts. It'll give me the same amount of calories. Um, And then the same thing, you know, if I want to substitute the white rice, I can do that. I can add a sweet potato. I can add a brown rice. I can, you know, add wheat bread. You know, if I want to make me like a chicken sandwich or something. All it is just really tracking your calories. You know, depending on what your goal is, some people ask if your macronutrients matter. Macronutrients being, you know, your typical, your protein, your fat, and your carbohydrate ratio. Those are your macronutrients. Those are the big nutrients that typically somebody would track. If you're bodybuilding, you typically want to have a higher amount of protein than you do any other source. You know, typically your your ratio would be something like, what is it, 40% protein, 20%. Where am I at? I'm losing count. Like it would be like 60% protein, maybe 20 to 30% carbohydrates, and then the rest fat. And of course, that fluctuates depending on the person and the person's needs. I'm not paying attention too much regarding with the actual protein versus carbohydrate versus fat ratio. I am, but I'm not. I didn't actually sit down and write that out. And the only reason why I didn't do that is because I've done it so frequently, and I'm looking at what I do now and what I'm taking in as far as my meal is concerned, and I pretty much know that majority of my calories are coming in from protein, and there's going to be some carbs in there, and there's going to be some fat in there, but it's very low. So most of my calories are from protein. Hence, you know, you see me eating a lot of eggs, a lot of beef, chicken, fish, and of course my protein shake as well. So I'm doing that, and there's a reason why I do that. But that doesn't mean I won't substitute something for something else. You know, if I get tired, let's say today for the evening, I don't want to eat the fish with the potatoes and the broccoli like I hadn't written out. Then what I'll do is I'll see what it is. That meal consists of as far as the calories and more or less what the protein, fat, and carbohydrate ratio is, and I'll substitute it for something else that's very similar. So if it's 500 calories, for example, my evening meal, I would substitute it with something else that is about 500 calories. And that's just to give you a variety and to keep you from going insane. But you know, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll notice that I do post some little suggestions here and now, here and there, just suggesting what items you can eat. You know, what's good for you, and things like that. Just little suggestions, little pictures is all. Nothing crazy. Just trying to keep it simple. And but yeah, so I just wanted to talk to you really quick and just give you a little quick update. I feel pretty good. My body, if you started a journey like this very recently, the way I am, or if you're thinking about doing it, you know, I'm day 5 right now, and you know, my body is cleaning itself out a lot. So if you know what I mean, I'm going to the restroom. So, but I feel good. I feel good mentally. I feel good. My body physically, although I'm sore, I feel physically very, very strong, very, very good. And that's what you're looking for. You know, I'm not trying to do this to become a bodybuilder or to have the best physique or to try to attract anybody. You know, I'm trying to do this for myself. I want to be fit. I want to be healthy for my children, for my wife, for my family, for myself. So, and the reality is, because of my weight, up until about a week ago, I was really struggling because of my weight. I was struggling sleeping. I couldn't sleep for a few weeks straight. I would wake up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'd stay up for like an hour. I couldn't sleep, and that has to do with my weight. I have a very bad back. I injured my back several years ago, and because of my weight, that doesn't help. You know, I need to have a strong core and a strong back in order, for it to support my back. And if I'm overweight, I'm not necessarily going to have a strong core. That's not always true, but in my case, it is. I need to drop my weight in order for me to be able to sleep well, for me to be in a great mood, for me to be able to support my back and have a strong back, and for me to be able to have drive to do more than what it is that I do. So just keeping it real here with y'all. And again, thank you very much for following me on this journey so far and supporting me. And as always, if anybody has any questions, feel free to contact me. My email is in the link below. And of course, as always, stay positive and stay motivated for health. Talk to you soon.